I am again on the road on my Crossing Eurasia route, slowly approaching the northeastern part of the Iberian Peninsula. Currently, I am moving on the main highway connecting Madrid, the capital of Spain, with Barcelona, at the northeastern frontier of Iberia. Madrid is located on the Meseta plateau and the route moves toward the northeastern end of the plateau, to the wide valley of the Ebro river, gradually descending from more than 1000 meters to the lowlands at about 200 meters altitude. The last stop on my route was the town of Calatayud, its Arabic castle, and the ancient ruins of Bilbilis, a history established in layers from different eras on the edge of the Meseta plateau. Now the next destination is Zaragoza, the first relatively large city after Madrid, established on the banks of the Ebro river. Here the city reveals its historical and cultural layers. This is Palacio de la Aljaferia, located near the western entrance to Zaragoza. I am going to enter inside and explore its interior. On the western edge of Zaragoza, the Aljaferia marks the first layer of the city. It began as an Islamic palace in the 11th century during the period of the Taifa kingdoms, a frontier world between Al-Andalus and the Christian realms to the north. The palace was later reshaped by the Aragonese kings after the Reconquista, and over centuries it shifted from the court to fortress and finally to civic space. You can read these transitions in its geometry: courtyards, arches, and halls layered one over another rather than preserved as a single style. Inside, the ornament is the strongest trace of its original identity: intricate patterns, calligraphic motifs, and quiet symmetry. Further in, the corridors connect these layers to a more modern story: Francisco Goya, born not far from here, whose works form yet another cultural thread tied to the region. Aljaferia is not a monument in isolation, but an entry into Zaragoza through its most complex past. From Aljaferia, I move to the historic core of Zaragoza. Here I leave my car and start walking toward the most essential points in the area. Zaragoza was established by the Romans in 25 BC. At that time, the name of the city was Caesar Augusta, one of the important settlements and trade centers on the Ebro river. Several significant remains from that era still survive in the city today, and I am going to spot them one by one. The first is the Roman theater, marking the public layer of Caesar Augusta: performance, assembly, and civic life. The baths belonged to the everyday infrastructure of the Roman city, where hygiene and social interaction overlapped. This narrow street leads me to the Forum, the administrative axis of Caesar Augusta, where commerce, law, and urban order came together. I will not enter inside, but I will visit the last of these sites, the Roman port. Before that, I reach a square beneath one of the two cathedrals of Zaragoza. Zaragoza is one of the few cities in the world with two cathedrals, and this The Cathedral of the Savior is one of them. I'm going behind the cathedral to visit the next Roman site, the Roman port. The port connected the city to the Ebro corridor, a river transport route rather than a coastline. Through it, Caesar Augusta opened outward, linking inland Iberia to distant markets and worlds. Full Roman route references in description. Here is the first cathedral, the Cathedral of Savior again. A long plaza called Plaza del Pilar starts from this point and leads to the second cathedral, the Cathedral Basilica of Our Lady of the Pillar. Here, at the other end of the plaza, is Fuente de la Hispanidad. It traces the outline of South America, a symbolic map linking Zaragoza to the wider Hispanic world. The map is best seen from above. This is the last Roman site, the Roman walls and the church of San Juan de los Panetes. I return to Plaza del Pilar beside this globe of stone and enter the second cathedral, the Basilica of Our Lady of the Pillar. Inside El Pilar, the space opens in height rather than length. A vertical form of devotion characteristic of the Baroque, here the Christian identity of Zaragoza is not hidden behind the walls, but articulated through volume, ornament and light. The interior speaks not only of faith, but of memory, power and civic presence within the city. This is the Christian layer of Zaragoza, seen not from above or from the river, but from the core. From the eastern side of the city, the Ebro becomes the main axis. It is not only a river, but a corridor, a line of movement through the interior of Iberia. Here the cathedrals align with the Ebro axis, linking the urban core to the river corridor and to the direction of travel. Across the bridge, the city opens once more, not toward the monuments, but toward direction, the exit to the east. Beyond Zaragoza, the route leaves the city and follows the Ebro corridor toward the ridges of Aragon. The next point lies there, Castillo de Alfajarin, and further on, the Vértice Geodesico Primoral. From here the traverse continues, so subscribe to Journey Beyond the Horizon for the next segment of the route.